Commonwealth has stood resolutely with Guyana. We have every reason to celebrate the Commonwealth, its history, and its achievements as a multilateral organization. We are here this afternoon. I think there are 6 of us, 2, 3, 6 of us, 7 I think, including 2 women. We made sure we got the mix right. We have High Commissioner, the High Commissioner of Canada, the High Commissioner of the United Kingdom, the Deputy High Commissioner of Australia, and my very good friend, the ex-Attorney General of Guyana, Mr. Nandalal. I followed Mr. Nandalal in the press most days. He's a prolific writer and speaker. You can't miss him. And the High Commissioner of India. And of course, I have not forgotten my very good friend, Annette Ferguson.
It's really a pleasure for me to participate in this meeting and this panel on the Commonwealth. We could actually do a formal speech, but I would rather share an experience which I've had working with the Commonwealth and over other international organizations over the 15 years of my pretty long career. One must ask ourselves, first of all, what is Commonwealth? What is its characteristics? Most international organizations are based on geography. If you look at it, it's organizations in which country from a specific physical area, geographic area, unite to actually share experience. But the case of Commonwealth and the Francophonie, which is also another non-regional organization, is based on something else. It's based, first of all, on historical experience. These are countries which share the same historical experience. And this historical experience gave them, in sharing, something important. Shared institutions, like parliaments. The parliament in Guyana is inspired by the original parliament in Great Britain, which also, as all members of Commonwealth, eventually adopted parliamentary systems, even if it was modified later. Originally in 1949, as the organization was created, it was based on similar institutions. Then the second aspect, which is important, is the shared values. What does an organization like Commonwealth have in common? They share values. And by values, we mean norms by which the countries aspire to get. As international system recognize essentially that most of the values we have are aspirational values to which we tend towards rather than actually totally subscribe and implement. There's a lot of space. And so to get to these values and actually implement them, well, values like democracy, freedom, sustainable development, rule of law, human rights, well, an organization like Commonwealth is a platform and a network, a platform to share the experience, to discuss these values, a platform to actually project our own good experiences so that we can, by sharing the experiences, collectively improve our individual performance in attaining these values within our own national polities. Today, the Commonwealth Day actually celebrates one very important aspect, which is peace. One of the characteristics and the reasons why organizations like the Commonwealth actually exist is to create a platform in which countries can discuss situations which may create tension and conflict before the conflict arises. And one of the historical characteristics of the Commonwealth is the members countries themselves, between themselves, have been able, through history, since 1949, able to resolve their inter-country difficulties through dialogue, and also been advocating internationally to promote this dialogue. So, as a member of our Canadian Foreign Service, I participated in many of the meetings of the Commonwealth in the past, in which I work especially on the sector of sustainable development. And this is another sector in which we were able to share experiences, and also going from experiences to actual action. The Commonwealth is also an institution which, despite the limited funding, has been capable of helping the countries to share experience, to capacity building, and eventually to exchange. Again, our main message on this day is that Canada as a country is extremely pleased to be a member of the Commonwealth. We're actually the second largest funder of the Commonwealth. We've been a member since 1949, the foundation of the organization. And we've also are the host of one of the organization of the Commonwealth, which is called the Commonwealth of Learning. It's located in British Columbia, the town named Burnaby. It's one of the institutions that the Commonwealth created to actually promote what we could call electronic learning, learning through electronic means. So what we're trying to do through our contribution to the Commonwealth is sustain the common values, but also to introduce new elements, the new elements of using technology to actually promote and share these values.
I don't think it'll be a surprise to anyone to hear that the UK firmly believes that the Commonwealth is a unique organisation, and that indeed it is even more relevant today than it has been at any stage in the past. We are proud of our membership, and we look forward to an enhanced and expanded membership as we look to the coming months and the coming years. Indeed, we hosted the first ever meeting of Commonwealth Trade Ministers in London last week, and I think that is a demonstration of that renewed commitment we have to the organisation. At that meeting, the International Trade Secretary, Liam Fox, Dr. Liam Fox, one of my compatriots from my home country, said that, quote, "The Commonwealth economies are wonderfully diverse, each with their own specialisations, industries and opportunities. Our diversity is our strength. We have much to learn from one another and a vast wealth of experience, knowledge and talent to draw upon. It is the British government's intention to work with our friends and allies in the Commonwealth to remove barriers and liberalise the global trading environment." We are an organisation of 52 member states across 6 continents, which make up a quarter of the world's land mass and a third of the world's population. That's about 2.4 billion people. We are a force for good around the world through our work on promoting freedom, democracy, human rights, development and prosperity. The UK looks to build on the 2015 Heads of Government meeting in Malta to also reform and re-energise the Commonwealth, to allow it to be better able to uphold those shared values and deliver security and prosperity to all of our citizens. As the hosts of the next Heads of Government meeting in 2018, we will aim for an ambitious and a dynamic gathering, and we want to make the most of all the Commonwealth has to offer and demonstrate we are all members of an organisation that is truly relevant in this century. This year's theme is a peace-building Commonwealth, and that is central, I think, to everything I've said before. Without a safe, transparent, accountable and secure environment in all respects, be that political, social and economic, you cannot have the freedom, the democracy, the human rights, the development or the prosperity which we all want and which we all see the Commonwealth as being integral to.
The popular view of peace is that it means the absence of dissension, violence, or war. However, peace also means harmony and tranquility. The concept of peace can mean different things to different people. For example, in Syria, peace may mean a day without gunshots or bombs. For others in Israel and Palestine, it will mean waking up a day where there is no more land and border dispute. In Guyana, however, we have enjoyed peace with all countries of the Commonwealth. The Commonwealth countries share a common heritage in language, culture, law, education, and democratic traditions, among other things. Because of these commonalities, we can work together to foster and promote peace. Every day, the peace of the world is threatened by terrorism from unstable forces such as ISIS, Al-Qaeda, and Boko Haram, Al-Shabaab. But despite their role in trying to make peace elusive, governments and states can and must pursue peace. One thing we know for sure from history is that war is a costly alternative to peace. Since the foundation of the world, mankind has been in pursuit of peace. For instance, if you're a Christian, you see the first conflict between two blood brothers, Cain and Abel, as recorded in the good books, the Holy Bible. And throughout the ages, there has been countless conflicts and wars. All those lead to mass suffering and death. But even in the modern age in which we live, when you think all about the sophistication and knowledge we have gained, there will be greater understanding and peace among countries. But we know differently. Because the world in which we live is very volatile. Today, you may enjoy peace, but tomorrow conflict and war. Conflicts and wars spill blood, destroy infrastructure, people, society, and economies, and is highly costly. In my view, the case for peace is clear. Peace promotes and cultivates the climate that is necessary for development. It reduces crime and social ills. Peace creates the right investor climate and consumer confidence that is necessary for economic growth and development.
The theme named as Peace Building Commonwealth for this year is more appropriate given the global situation of today. I am sure Commonwealth of Nations will get more focused on internalizing this theme to achieve the intended objectives. Commonwealth of Nations, which has transformed from the World Club of few countries into an organization of more than 50 countries cutting across every region, religion, and race on the globe, is something no other organization can boast of except the United Nations. The Commonwealth of Nations represents 17% of the GDP in purchase power parity terms and consists of emerging houses like India and Australia. It offers the so-called Commonwealth advantage with equal space for big as well as small countries, interoperability of the systems and interdependence at times of crisis, common law for governance, etc. No doubt, Commonwealth of Nations continues to be more relevant than ever. India has held pivotal positions in the voluntary association of more than 50 independent sovereign states since the London Declaration of 1949. It was India's decision in 1948 as a newly independent republic to remain in Commonwealth, which has influenced other Asian and African countries to join this organization. India is the largest member state of the Commonwealth with nearly 60% of total population of the association. It is the fourth largest contributor to the Commonwealth budgets and programs. It provides the largest number of technical experts engaged by the Commonwealth Fund for Technical Cooperation, extending assistance to developing Commonwealth countries after the UK. Since Commonwealth puts premium on democracy and good governance, India has so much to share with other developing countries, most of which avidly seek assistance on a South-South cooperation basis. The Commonwealth Foundation, an intergovernmental organization which has its mandates to strengthen civil society and enhance its contribution, is ably assisted by several voluntary organizations in India. India is the third largest contributor to the Commonwealth Youth Program. The regional center in Chandigarh in North India, known as Center of Excellence, responds to youth development of 8 countries of the Commonwealth, which together account for nearly 1.4 billion of the 2.4 billion total population of the Commonwealth. Many COIP pilot projects are initiated in India. In addition, through partnership with private sector, a technology empowerment center has been established which offers affordable courses in programming and e-governance. India has close working relationship with the Commonwealth learning through India's reputed open universities such as Indira Gandhi National Open University and the National Institute of Open School. India is also one of the main contributors to the budget of the Commonwealth learning. India has been active in hosting many events of Commonwealth nations. India hosted CHOHEM in 1983 in New Delhi and the annual Commonwealth Parliamentary Association Conference 4 times in 1957, 75, 1991 and 2007. India is active in Commonwealth, having membership in key Commonwealth bodies including the Steering Committee on Commonwealth Connects, the Standing Committee on Terrorism, etc. For its part, the Commonwealth is a natural constituency for India. A large number of Commonwealth countries has a sizable Indian population. India instinctively has a strong interest in promoting and maintaining and strengthening healthy democratic institutions and the rule of law, as well as prevention of conflicts in these countries. India's active interest and participation in the Commonwealth of Nations, therefore, will continue.
It's fitting that we're celebrating Commonwealth Day in Guyana today. Guyana has always been among the Commonwealth's strongest supporters. Guyana gave the Commonwealth former Secretary General Rumphal, who helped manage the peaceful transition to colour-blind democratic rule in southern Africa, and Foreign Minister Greenidge is a leading light in the Commonwealth Ministerial Action Group. And the Commonwealth, of course, has long supported Guyana and its territorial integrity. The Commonwealth is worth celebrating. It helps 1/3 of the world's population and 1/4 of its population pursue common values: democracy, human rights, good governance, the rule of law. It stands up for small countries, and it gives us the Commonwealth Games, which Australia is holding on the Gold Coast in Queensland in just over a year from now. This year's Commonwealth Day theme is a peace-building Commonwealth. Peace is founded on respect and understanding for each other, as individuals and as communities. At the big picture level, it's consistent with the Commonwealth's Rumphal legacy. It's instructive to note just how rare conflict and even tension is between Commonwealth nations. And at the micro household level, it brings us back to such important issues such as countering violent extremism and ending domestic violence. The Commonwealth and its Secretariat can't do everything, of course, but its members have a high level of mutual understanding which is supported by great common cultural assets, the English language, the parliamentary system, the common law, regular heads of government meetings, and even cricket, football, netball and hockey. The Commonwealth can use this understanding to make effective contributions to solving pressing issues, especially where other larger organisations leave gaps. And that's something to celebrate.
I don't think anyone can dispute the significant contributions which the Commonwealth as an organisation has made to human civilization, human development, and human advancement in so many fields right across the globe. If only we are to look at the commonality which exists in our constitutional democratic structure, having inherited it from Great Britain, and the legal system which goes with it, in 52 countries, right across the globe, 6 different continents. It's an amazing accomplishment and helps to push human advancement in a tremendous way. The Commonwealth has also played a significant role in resolution of disputes among states and in the advancement of technical cooperation in almost every conceivable international and technical endeavor. It is significant that the theme of this year's Commonwealth Day is the forging of peace. I believe it was Dr. Martin Luther King who said that peace is not the absence of war, but the presence of brotherhood, unity, love, and self-respect. It is important when we discuss peace and discuss the organizations like Commonwealth and their mandate that we do not do so in an abstract way. Peace by itself is a very relative concept, and its existence is dependent on so many fundamental prerequisites.